Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over some aim tips to hit more shotgun shots in Fortnite. Although the Fortnite meta is constantly changing and we have a new season coming here in about 2 weeks or so, one thing that stays constant is the importance of having good shotgun aim. Even in weaker shotgun metas like we saw in Chapter 2 Seasons 2 and 3, the burst damage potential of them is still so crucial, and it's always going to be the highest skill gap weapon in all of Fortnite. And I'd say in the current meta, that's as true as it's ever been because the pumps are actually pretty strong and the SMGs are the weakest they've been in a while. Now, because shotgun aim is a skill with such a wide skill gap, it's probably the #1 most common thing that I've seen people say they struggle with. So hopefully this video is going to be able to help those of you who feel that way, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first tip I want to give in this video actually kind of goes against the conventional wisdom of using shotguns in Fortnite, and more specifically using pump shotguns. One tip regarding the pump that's said a lot and has been for years now is that you pretty much never want to ADS with it. The logic behind it does actually make a decent amount of sense. When you ADS with the pump, you become pretty much totally immobile, and if the enemy's right in your face, you really won't be able to track them while ADSing because your ADS sensitivity is obviously a lot slower than your non-ADS sense. Plus, even outside of point blank range, it can be argued that ADSing kind of throws off your rhythm if you're making a building or editing play, and I do kind of see the logic behind it even though it's a little bit of a stretch in my opinion. Let's say you're building for high ground against an enemy, it's pretty easy to very smoothly go build, build, take a non-ADS shot, build, build. But it may be a little bit less smooth to go build, build, ADS, take a shot, un-ADS, build, build. So for a long time, I agreed with that and even shared that tip in certain videos. However, recently, I've been watching a lot more of the top EU controller pros such as CRR and Lecce, and I've noticed that they ADS with their pump way more frequently than the average player. I'll just show you this quick clip by CRR and really pay attention to how much he pretty much fully ADSs before every single shot he fires here.
I'm here. They're in your building. 200! Come here. I'm with you. Behind you, Chris, behind you. One team, one kid. 200!
Nice.
200! Oh my god!
Now with the first one, you could make the argument that it was against the guy not looking at him, so of course it makes sense to ADS there. But with most of the other shots, CRR basically did what people say you should never do with a pump. And based on the fact that he hit 3 200s, I would say it worked out pretty well for him. So ever since I started seeing these pros ADS with their pumps a lot more frequently than you would expect, I decided to try doing it more myself. And so far, I really do believe it's helped my shotgun skills for 2 main reasons. The first situation I feel like it's really helped is when I'm shooting at someone who's around 5 meters away, and this actually happens pretty commonly in build fights specifically. Even though the pumps are the best shotgun in the game, they still definitely aren't what they used to be in like seasons 6 through 8 or so, and one of the main aspects in which they were nerfed is their damage at range. If you don't ADS, even if you line up your crosshair pretty well on a guy outside of point blank range, you're bound to miss at least a few pellets, and that's going to lead to you most likely doing minimal damage. By ADSing, I feel that the damage in these situations is just a lot more consistent. Of course, you're not going to hit any 200s at this range, but even the difference between hitting a 60 and a 30 can really change a fight. I also feel that quick ADSing with pumps at point blank range has really helped me as well. I used to do this 24/7 with Legacy Aim Assist because it locked you onto the enemy, but when Legacy was removed, I thought quick ADSing with the pump really served no purpose at all anymore, so I stopped doing it. But here's what I realized when I really sat down and thought about it. Nowadays, you get almost no aim assist with shotguns unless you're literally shoving it down the enemy's throat. So by just quickly ADSing as soon as your crosshair's pretty much lined up, that slowdown you get since your ADS sensitivity is a lot slower basically acts as a substitute for aim assist. I mean, at the end of the day, that's really all aim assist is. It slows down your crosshair when you get on target. So by doing those quick ADSs with the pump like a lot of pros do, you're basically creating your own really strong aim assist. The next thing I want to talk about is the importance of shot timing with shotguns. One of the biggest mistakes that I see more average skilled players make regarding shotgun aim is they really rush their shots way too much. And to be honest, I totally understand why. When you watch really great shotgun players play, everything they do just looks so fast and effortless. It honestly seems like they aren't even aiming and just doing these crazy semi-flicks while hitting every shot. But the fact of the matter is, that's a result of ridiculous natural talent, and even more importantly, thousands and thousands of hours of game time and aim training. So for players struggling with shotgun aim, one of the biggest tips I can give you is to slow down your whole aiming process. So many people go for what I like to call prediction shots, where they almost shoot before the enemy's actually in their crosshair, and then just kinda hope it lines up correctly to land the shot. It's so much better to just take that extra split second to actually see and ensure that your crosshair's on the enemy before you press fire. It may not look as flashy and it may feel a bit slower and more awkward to kind of pause like that, but it's worth it because you're going to end up hitting more shots, and even more importantly in the long term, you're going to build more positive muscle memory for your shotgun aim in general. Then over time, as you get more and more consistent with your muscle memory and your aim, you can then focus on speeding up the aiming process as well. The final thing I want to talk about in this video is, in my opinion, the best way to train shotgun aim. Now, I know that there are a lot of creative courses out there that are designed to help improve your shotgun aim, and some of them are definitely really good, don't get me wrong, but they all struggle with one main thing, and that's replicating realistic player movement. In shotgun fights against even decent players in Fortnite, your enemy's going to be jumping, strafing, and doing all kinds of crazy movement techniques. So a shotgun map with dummies that just stand still doesn't really replicate that at all, and even the best maps that use zombies, they still move fairly slowly and obviously can't jump or anything like that. So in my opinion, the best way to practice and improve your shotgun aim in creative is to 1v1 aim duel with shotguns only. This is such great practice because you're doing it against another real player who's obviously going to use real movement, and it's just pure shotgun aim practice for however long you want to do it for. The only obvious downside here is that you're going to need at least one other person to play against, so it would be obviously preferred to have a friend, but in the event that you don't, you can always use Raiders 1v1 aim duel matchmaking as a backup plan. All you have to do is use this map code and queue into matchmaking, then you would hop onto the mic or message the guy you get put up against that you want to do shotguns only. It probably won't work every time, but just as a backup plan, it's definitely a solid option. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. From 0 to 10, how good do you think your own shotgun aim is in Fortnite? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.